So, the game. That was a rough game. Right? Whose birthday is coming up? Your birthday's coming up?
I'm like 20 days old.
Well, that counts. 20. Cameron, when's your birthday? Oh, Cameron's birthday. Huh? Nah, that doesn't count. 20 is my cap. Just kidding. 7 months counts, definitely. But just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Listen, I'm gonna really try hard not to like joke around and stuff, because it's like this is a really good message, and I think you guys can get a lot out of it. We're supposed to sing happy birthday to you, but sometimes that can be awkward. Would you agree? It's like you're sitting there, it's your birthday, it's like, okay, let's just get to the cake, but before we get to the cake, we gotta sing you happy birthday to honor your birthday, and sometimes it's just weird. Sometimes you're just that dude that kind of just sits in the back and really doesn't say anything while everybody else is singing happy birthday, right? No? Anybody? You? Okay. Sometimes I like belt it up, happy birthday, right? But sometimes I just don't. I just like lip sync it, right? Well, the same thing goes for our worship. I'm waiting for this thing to do its thing. Same thing with worship. Like, when's the last time, like, you were, like, really, not worshiping, how about singing a song? Let's not use worship. Singing a song, and you were, like, belting it at the top of your lungs. And then all of a sudden, the CD cuts off, or you guys don't use CD. Yeah, whatever. But something happens, like either your iPod dies or you're in the shower and something is going on, and then, like, I don't know, they have those cool, like, speaker, like, shower heads. Yeah? What? Yeah, like, they have, like, speaker shower heads. Because, like, right? Isn't it so awesome? And it's got the lights and it's so cool. Anyway, she got a little too excited about that one. That was kind of awkward, too. So we're going to make pretend like that didn't happen. Anyways, so you're in there singing a song, you're belting it out, and all of a sudden somebody comes and snips your wireless headphones. Okay, exactly, but you're like, oh man, it's so awkward, I was so into that song, and now I can't be because the music's not playing. So do I. It don't matter. But like they have here like a concert, you know, like you're in there like doing like a concert, and then all of a sudden it just like cuts off, and you're like singing, and you're like left awkward. It's like, what do I do? You know, the game. I really need to talk to you about this game, because this game was I saw it going differently in my mind, and it just didn't work out. But it was really cool to see, like, I mean, we had, you know, this team over here cheating, and this team over here. What do you mean, how? Okay, are you clapping it out? Are you clapping it out? But, like, they weren't waiting until all the things were stacked up, and they weren't, like, using their body to knock it over, you know? Yeah, you did that, Reed, a little too much. A little too much. This is true, it is your body. I should have been more specific, I meant your body. That's what I meant. Like, slide across the table, but obviously Reed broke the table, so it is what it is. But if you were to look around, on one team, there was some guys that were kind of just like, I'm not doing that. That's not for me. I'm too old for that. Well, you guys play right into the message. Anyways, so can you imagine if you were to like do all that like by yourself like 30 times compared to with people staying over there and helping you build up the cups? Okay, can you imagine you doing that 30 times by yourself, but using your whole team to help you? Would you think that you would get done faster and more efficiently with a team than by yourself? I understand the concept. I get it. Right. Something team, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, you can do things by yourself, but then there's some things that you have to have help with. And that's where, like, you need help. Like the game. But what was cool was there were some people in the back not doing nothing. But they won because they had less people, but they were people there that they needed to be made up for, but they didn't, and it kind of hurt the team. So it was like, man, what do I do there, you know? Like they kind of weren't being team players. But that team won because they weren't cheating. What did you win? What did you win? Pride? Like what? What does it matter? Bragging rights. I forget about bragging rights. Do I need to get the Easter eggs out again?
We can help each other, so we help each other.
And the wax. Have you ever had to like take a stand for something? You have? Can we talk about it, or I just need one though, maybe two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that could.
I said it has a good impact,
And I said it doesn't.
Let's focus back on the question. Have you ever had to take a stand for something? How does social media?
It was a topic in class and you made it.
You
What? No. Like,
understand whether you agree that it helps us or whether you agree that it
okay, maybe I'm thinking more of like a yes.
I mean, like,
Okay, yeah, that's kind of, we're going in the right direction.
Talking about taking a stand for something
Hold
good,
on,
right?
hold on, my wife is talking. My wife is talking.
Talking about taking a stand for something good, right?
Sometimes. Yes.
Ask your question.
Well, obviously, if you didn't believe in it, you wouldn't take a stand for it.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get, what would you take a stand for? Cameron?
I'm not Cameron.
No, Cameron had his hand up. And he was in the middle of talking. I wouldn't do that to you. That would be wrong.
They were saying, the usual portions.
Okay.
I took my stand and I said, hey,
Yeah, but
this is wrong and,
Hold on.
next.
Good. That is taking a stand. That's what I'm talking about. But it's social media. I don't understand how that's good, or I can understand why it's bad for you, but I don't understand why it's good for you. No, we're not going to do that. This is not a debate class. What did you No, I want to really hear what you have to say.
This isn't the answer, but do you mean something like going on strike for something that you truly believe in?
Kind of, but not so harsh. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to get my wages.
It being like, get your pitchforks.
Something about high school walking out and pitchforks. That's all I got. Okay, no, we're getting way off topic. I'm gonna use Cameron's just because I really like it. He's took a stand for his beliefs in class.
Okay, that's what they said.
Yeah, but it's different. Like that doesn't matter. Like that don't matter. Social media, like really, I'm not doing this right now. Although I want to so bad engage in that conversation, I want to hear what you have to say after church. Okay? I promise you. We will make time and we will talk, both of you. Yes, ma'am.
We'll settle.
Well, because it's good.
Here's the thing. Let's hit on this real quick. I'm just gonna hit on this real quick. I promise. I'm gonna go out. I promise, babe. I'm gonna go from here. Look. America has rules, right? America has rules. Just because somebody's doing something that's against the law doesn't mean that you can do something against the law. Your school has rules. See, if your school doesn't want you to have a little bead in your, but you can have a tattoo. I don't understand the difference. Like, I would make that dude wear turtlenecks all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to see that dude all the time because I don't think you're too. But in the same token, it's just like, you know what? You only have to deal with it for how many more years? And then you can get as many tattoos and piercings as you want. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like going, what you're talking about is going against the rules, kind of. See what I'm saying? I know that's hard to hear.
So is that what you're asking for?
No, I'm not asking. I just wanted to hit on that real quick, and then we're gonna go. We're leaving right now. The plane is leaving. Okay. Have you ever failed to take a stand for something and later regretted it?
Later failed to do it, or later regretted it?
Whose water is this?
That's yours.
Oh yeah, that's mine. So, when me and Anthony were going to youth group, we would go to a park in Kingsburg, and Pastor Kathy, which was our youth pastor, she would make us go out and talk to people about Christ. And I hated doing that. I hated it because I didn't know how to hold myself in a conversation back then. See what I'm saying? I didn't know how to hold myself in a conversation back then. So it was hard for me to go up to somebody and say, hey, man, you need God. Because you all jacked up. I can say that now with no regrets. You know what I'm saying? But back then I couldn't. There was this one dude that I was talking to, and he actually, his name was Mark Furon. He was one of my best friends, back in high school. Well, we separated, and I always wanted to call him and tell him, hey man, how are you doing? Are you okay? And I never did it, and he died. So I was like, dang, you know? But I'm saying I regretted not sharing the word with him. He was really smart, and he wanted to go to church. He had the hungering and everything for it, but I guess he was just waiting for an invitation, and I never gave it to him. I regret that. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody have any one of those? What?
Not so much a regret, but I've taken a stand against people that I know about my where I believe, stuff about abortion and same-sex marriage. I've gotten a lot of backlash about it, but I've still been firm in that.
Right.
And even though other people disagree, I don't care. I'll say what I believe.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's really cool. James, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up a book in the Bible for me? It's Daniel 3. What? Daniel 3:1. Okay. So we're talking about boldness. Does anybody know what boldness means? I don't know what you said, but it sounded funny. Give me. Okay. I'm looking for a certain definition. Give me. Speaking is something that you believe in. Give me. Not being afraid to do something. That's a good one. Fearless. That's another good one. Huh? Stepping out of your comfort zone. That's a good one. Pure confidence. Sometimes I come off of cockiness, but it's okay. That's good too. We're talking about boldness. Boldness is basically who said doing not doing something out of fear or to be unafraid to do something. Yeah, that's basically what it is. That's what I'm talking about today. All those scenarios that we talked about today, there was a certain boldness that you had to talk about. that kind of stuff, you know? Like, you had something stir in your heart to the point where it's like, I can't contain this anymore. I need to say something because this isn't acceptable. Same thing with you guys with the social media thing, which is ridiculous. But you had to say something. You know what I'm saying? And then Keenan, the one, same thing. You don't know what I'm saying because you're talking. It's not easy to be bold. It's not. It like I said, it takes away from yourself almost. It's like you have to step out of that, what's it called? Not a box. What is that? Say that one more time. Say that one more time. It takes you out of your comfort zone. It takes you out of there. Like the place of comfort, like I'm talking like you get home from a long day of school, you got a certain place that you want to sit, right? Right, my bed. I'm gonna put some headphones in. Can you imagine if you came home and that bed wasn't there? And there was no, you would not be happy about sitting on the floor, that's for sure. I'm saying like, all right, y'all know what a lazy boy, okay, hold on. Anybody have a softball glove or a baseball glove that fits just right? Anybody? No, y'all don't have baseball? Do y'all have? No? You don't have any baseball gloves? You have? All right. What about a nice pair of shoes? I'm talking like, and you put it on and you can just and it just fits, right? Can you imagine if somebody took those pair of shoes and put a brand new set of shoes there? That'd be like, no, I don't feel right. I don't like that. Nope, no. Daniel? Did I say Daniel? I said Daniel 3:1, right? We're gonna go to 23, 1 to 23. No. But that's what I'm talking about. That comfort zone is like a nice pair of shoes that you're just good in. Like it's good. I'm good, I'm great. Thank you very much. I'm straight. Right? Period. And, hold on, I'm having some difficulties. I'm good. Yeah, I'm all right. I don't need that. I'm good. But sometimes you gotta get out of that comfort zone. I mean, you could put your foot into another pair of shoes and it might be comfortabler, or it might have like a nice gel insert in it. You know what I'm saying? Today we're gonna talk about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Did I just see her put her foot in your mouth? I swear, some of the things that you see from this point of view is just ridiculous. I kid you not. I kid you not. Shadrach, Meshach, that was almost bad. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That's what we're going to talk about today. Anybody know the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? I don't know where you're going. Anybody? No? Okay, we'll go through it. Alright. Okay, there's some words up here that I don't know, so I'm gonna make words up, okay? So y'all need to pay attention to what's going on up there, okay? And I'm not rewording the Bible, I'm just paraphrasing it in Martyn style. You feel me? Alright. King Nebi, y'all feel me? What? No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do it my way. King Nebi made an image of gold, 60 cubits high and 60 cubits wide. Hey, he made a statue of gold that was real tall and real wide. Come again? That's what I said. I said 6 cubits high and 6. Anyway, hey, it was a big statue made of gold.
What is a cubit?
It's big. It's real big. Okay. He asked me what a cubit is. I said it was big. It was huge. Who am I? It was huge. I'm just kidding. Stop. And set it up in a big field. in the providence of a city. He then summoned these dudes, and this other dude, and this other dude, this other dude, this other dude, and all his friends came. And then, see what happened was, then he summoned the satraps, the prefects, the governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, and all of the other officials to come to set up the dedication of the image he had set up. Anybody understand that? He basically was like, hey, y'all come over here, check this out. This is what we're going to do. I made this big old thing, and I want y'all to come over here and worship it. Long story short. What's up? Oh, Miss Rhonda is here. Yeah, but I wasn't listening to you, so. Listen. Then Herod loudly proclaimed, nations of people of every language, this is what this is what you are commanded to do. As soon as you hear the sound of these horns, and the flutes, and the lyres, and the harps, and the pipes, and all this kind of music, you must fall down to your knees and worship it. Right? You worship the king, you worship the image of gold that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Whoever does not fall down and worship will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace. Therefore, as soon as they heard the sound of the horn and all that stuff, all the nations and peoples of every language fell down and worshipped the image of gold. At that time, some astrologers came forward and denounced the Jews. They said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "May the king live forever. Your Majesty has issued a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horns and the psalters and the lyres and the harps and the pipes and all kinds of music must fall down and say." They say things 5 times, right? It's come on, bro, get to the point. Anyway, and that whoever does not fall down and worship will be thrown into the blazing furnace. But there are some Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who pays no attention to you, your Majesty. So basically, this dude came over and told on these 3. Why did this dude tell on these 3? Because what? Because he's a bust. No, we're not talking about the guy. Snitches get stitches. No, we're not talking about the dude. Why did this guy tell on Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? No, they don't know. They don't know, bud. We gotta keep reading. We gotta know what happened. Why did he tell them? We'll keep going. Shh. We pay no attention to your Majesty. They neither serve you, your God, nor worship the image of gold you have set up. Furious with rage, King Nebuchadnezzar summoned Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So these men, so why did the guy tell on Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Say that one more time. I wish that would come from the youth.
Because they weren't worshiping the statue.
Amen. Thank you. You are listening. I didn't hear you say it. You have to speak up. I'm hard of hearing. So these men were brought before the king, and King Nebuchadnezzar said to them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the image of gold that I have set up? Now, when you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, if you are ready to fall down and worship the image I made, very good. But if you do not worship it, you will be thrown immediately into the blazing furnace." What a king. I made a water bottle. From now on, when you hear the sound, you're going to worship that thing. Why? Okay, listen, if you don't, I'm going to cut your knees off and feed them to this one that eats toes.
Go for it. I don't need to walk.
Can you imagine that? Living in that time? Like, dude, when a king said something, that was it. There was like fear put into people. Like, you do what you're told. You don't get to wear nose rings. Period. Did you get that one? That was a little joke for you, but you weren't paying attention. So. Oh, okay. I said, back in the old days, what the king said, that was it. It was set in stone. There was no way around it. So if they said, you can't rock a nose ring, you weren't rocking a nose ring. That was it. You're dead. That's basically what happened here. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they had what? What did they have different from everybody else? Amen. Not only did they have the Lord and Jesus, they had what else? They had faith. They had faith. Oh, this is good. So they had faith. You could say other people were in their comfort zone, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they had what? They had courage. They were being... Amen. Y'all gonna teach this message. Y'all don't need me. Amen. Okay. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said, and replied to the king. Now this is unheard of. You do not do this. Or else you did. This was back in old times. Back in old time when Jesus was alive and stuff. We do not need to defeat ourselves before you. Wait. King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and he will deliver us from your majesty's hand. Not only were they being defiant, they were being respectfully defiant, which is pretty cool. I don't know if y'all caught that. Anyway, they were respectfully saying, no. That's it. But even if he does not, now who is he? Who are we talking about? Even if God does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the big thing that he made. Then Nebuchadnezzar was furious with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and his attitude toward them changed. He ordered the fire. He ordered the furnace to be heated up 7 times hotter than it originally was. Not only did he have it set at 7 times hotter than usual, it was so strong, the guards that were patrolling it on the outside, they all burned to death. Yeah, right? Basically, he commanded some of the strongest soldiers in his army to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and then throw them into the fire. These men were wearing robes, trousers, turbans, and other clothes. They were bound and thrown into the blazing furnace. So these dudes had a straight up full, like they were decked down. Back in the day, of course. You know, they were all suited up with the 5-piece suit. They went in there, tied up. The king's command was so urgent that the fire was so hot. No, let me read that again, because this is important. I cannot read, I know, right? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. The king's command was so urgent and the furnace so hot that the flames of the fire killed the soldier who took up. We were talking about this. And these 3 men, firmly tied, fell into the blazing furnace. What's next? That's it? Is that 23? Oh, there's more to the story. We gotta keep going, man. This story is intense. Like, straight up. It's like fire. What's up? Did you get it? Oh, she left.
It's Martin.
What? What?
Look, it's there.
It's there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's lit.
That's scripture.
Oh! Guys, Guys, you probably will never ever be forced to bow down and worship a gold statue. But what's one way you might be pressured to compromise your beliefs? Peer pressure. When it's one against what? When it's one against majority.
Wait, is that right?
Okay, too much time there. Let's move. Let me read it again. What's one way you might be pressured to compromise your beliefs? Your wife?
Stop.
I'm just kidding. I forgot she was there. Keenan.
Life or death? Yeah.
Life what?
Life or death.
Life or death?
In a life or death situation, you might change your beliefs to get out of it.
Jeez, that's deep. It's like 6 feet deep. I know, with the puns, right? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Friendships or family, I can see that happening too. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they couldn't do that. There's something in their spirit just told them, no, I can't do this. This is not who I am. So all these different scenarios, like I can see that, like I don't know, like if I was put in a position to where it's like your faith or your kids, I would have to trust in God. Oh man, that's hard. That's a hard concept, dude. That makes me cringe thinking about it. It's either you, your faith, or your children, or your wife. Oh man, woo. Oh man, that's a hard one to swallow. Can you imagine them? They were doing that with their own lives. Man, I don't like that. I don't like talking about that at all. That's rough. Just being real. But isn't it easier to be bold together than just one? I know that was a horrible game. I get it. There was a reason why we played it though. It was easier with all of you being over there to pick up the cups than it was just with one. Did you notice how much faster the game went as the line went down? You see, if it was just Shadrach, or it was just Meshach, or it was just Abednego, I don't think that they would have been as strong. I think this whole message is talking about what strengths we have in numbers. You see what I'm saying? We're stronger together than we are as one person, which I've already said. Can we move on? Yeah? Look, oh, just wait, don't get into that. That's going to be good. Who are the people you would trust to stand with you in this situation? Rhetorical question. You think about it. You keep that in your mind. Just think about them. Think about those people. What are some of the key characteristics of those people that I want feedback from? What are their why would you want them in that fire with you? Faithfulness? Trustworthy? Loyal? That's it? That's all you got? That's 4? Boldness. They're bold for you. Some people can't. I wasn't bold. Come on. They believe in you. Righteous. There's a number of reasons why you want that person in that fire with you. Have you guys ever had a friend help you be? Let me read that again. Have you ever had somebody help you be bolder in your faith? Yeah? You want to talk about it? Who said sure? No, I've already had too much out of you. I know, I'm tired of picking on the same people. Reed, what's up?
The water. He wants your water.
No, you can't have water. What? Yeah, and all four of them waxed me together. I don't want to hear it. Power in numbers, wow. That's crazy how that worked out. It actually didn't hurt. Okay, let's just sit back and think. It was probably worse for him than it was for me. Why would me waxing Reed hurt more Reed than me? Your legs are tender? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't. Huh? Exactly, the pain is everywhere. It's not just in one spot. So, and he has chicken legs. Why do you guys think that? Why is being bold easier when you're not alone?
Someone's on your side.
What?
Because you have backup.
Because you got backup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you said about the numbers thing. It's different.
Some people like being alone. Some people feel that they're more.
Talk in the mic.
Some people feel like they're more effective when they're all alone. They don't realize how much people need people. What?
Your confidence level goes way up.
Your confidence level goes way up when you're you're not alone. Yeah, I can see that. You're just strong. Yeah. People to lean on and keep you in check. That's a good one too. I like that one. I'm gonna write that on the board. You get a gold star. So let's keep reading. Look! Look! I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed. Now this is the same fire that killed 2 or some of the 3 guards? I think it was more than 3. Anyway, it doesn't even matter if it's 1. This fire was so hot that it killed a guard. Let's just say that. But it wasn't a guard. We knew it was multiple guards. But even if it was just 1, it's a big deal. I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound, unharmed, and the 4th one looks like the Son of God. What? What? You haven't heard nothing yet. Just kidding. Just kidding. Nebuchadnezzar then approached. Now remember, Nebuchadnezzar was, for lack of a better word, is Rhonda here? No? Yep, she's here. She was mad. I mean, he was mad. Really mad. You could say that he was pissed. I know, I said it. Hey, you know what Josh told me the other day? He was like, Martin, I don't want you to ever lose being you. You need to always be you on that thing. And I said, okay. All right. Here we go. He was so mad at them. He got so mad that he turned the oven up how many times hotter? 7 times hotter. And they killed him. Look, he was mad. He was mad. Y'all feel me? All right. Nebuchadnezzar then approached the opening of the blazing furnace and shouted, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego! Servants of the Most High God, come out! Come here. I need to talk to you. And then, oh man, there's like, he doesn't talk anymore, so I can't get into character. Anyway, so Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire, and the next one. All the dudes that were worshiping the thing. That's who we got. Oh, okay, here. They saw the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair of their heads singed. I know, how did I get that word right? Singed. Their robes were not scorched. Stop. I will punch you right in the mouth. Okay. Okay. You all got it coming. You all got it coming. Nor was the hair of their head singed. Their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. Now, this is the same fire that killed people. This is the same one. They didn't even smell like fire. Then Nebuchadnezzar said, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego." Sounds like his demeanor changed a little bit. Just a little bit. What do you think? Amen. A lot. He changed a lot. He was mad at them, and now he's saying, "Praise be to your God." Let's talk about this a little bit more. Who has sent his angel and rescued the servants. They trusted in him and defied the king's command, and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God. That's it. That's 30, right? Oh, we're going to 30. Therefore I decree, this is the crazy part. Therefore I decree, this is who talking? King Nebi. Therefore I decree that the people of any nation or language who say anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be cut into pieces and their house turned into piles of rubber, for no other God can save in this way. I said rubble. Didn't I say rubble? I said rubble? I think we're missing the point here.
That you can't talk?
Which one said that? Well, there goes your chance of being in the worship band. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And I'm just kidding. And no, I cannot talk. The king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. Why don't you come up here and do this? It's kind of tough. I'm just saying. One day, young Padawans. Listen. I really want to get to this part real quick, because it's really, really cool. Here's what I want you to do right now. Everyone's got a phone, right? You got no service. Go grab your phone. Listen, it doesn't matter if you don't have service or not. I want you to get your text messaging thing app out. Remember how we talked about that person that you would want in the fire with you? Can you guys do me a favor? I need all of your eyes up here. I know, like, once you get your phones out, it's like, oh my God, I can't think of anything with my phone. I need your attention. This is really important. That person that you said that you would go into the fire with, I want you to take your phone out and text that person. And let that person know. Let that person know that you care about them. And how happy you are that they're in your life. Can y'all do that for me? It's like, just say something nice.
Well, Kenneth doesn't tell me about how he's going to text Elijah.
But he's not here, so that'd be funny.
But I'm not trying to be funny. Don't open Instagram, don't open Facebook. This has to be a one-on-one text message time. James, can you do me a favor and put on a worship song, please? Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's a whole bunch of people. It doesn't have to be just one. It can look something like, hey, I just wanted you to know that you helped me be bolder about my faith. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being someone who challenges me and who helps me. And I'm glad I know you. And some of you that are kind of struggling with it, you have to really think like, maybe this is that time to get out of your comfort zone. You know? I mean, if you can't be bold with someone that is willing to give their life up for you, but I think that you can do that. I think everyone has the ability to step out of their comfort zones. It could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your grandma, it could be your wife, it could be, oh, I don't have wives, but it could be Josh and Rhonda, Pastor Keenan. I feel like this is hitting so hard, I'm going to do the same thing. Mine is my dad. Is everybody almost finished? For some of you guys that couldn't think of a name, that was challenging for you to think of a name, we're going to talk about how we're going to get more people in your lives that are going to help you. Okay? If it was challenging for you to not think of a name for, if you don't have a Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we're going to help you with that. That's what we're going to keep on talking about. That's what this series is about. About being bold. This week, I hope, I'm literally going off of everything that Josh sent me because it was just so good. I couldn't change anything of it. This week, I hope you make bold moves for God. I hope you surround yourselves with like-minded people. I hope you take steps to cultivate your relationships with those types of people. And once you find your people, I hope you choose to cheer each other on, encourage each other, and be bold together because we need each other. See, right here, right now, we're not just family. I mean, we're not just friends. We're family. We're family. We need to be able to we need to be able to talk to each other and build each other up. And ask my wife, I lack in that area, but I want to be better. And just because I'm 32 years old and you're 12, not you, but you're 12, you can't help me? No way. My door's wide open. Age don't think, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. All right? We're going to work on that. If you guys needed somebody to talk to, we're always here. We're always here for you. Let's pray real quick, and y'all will be dismissed. Y'all can do whatever y'all need to. Thank you so much for coming out, and we love you. But we're going to pray first. Does anybody want to pray us out? No? I guess I'll do it. Come on, Cameron. Cameron. You always help the ladies up on the stage. I mean, and some men. Okay. Good.
God, we're just coming thanking you for your presence being here today, God. We're asking that you would just allow us to be in that group, that we would be able to stand for your truth, God. I ask that you would just allow us to be able to have the boldness to not be afraid when adversity comes. God, I ask that you would just allow us to have a good week, and that we would, stand bold, as I said again. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.